I started this team back in 2004, and it's been quite the journey. I've been thinking about World Tour for the last couple of years, and I really wanted to do it. So this is a huge accomplishment for us.
EF Education Tibco SVB are one of 6 new teams competing on the Women's World Tour in 2022. They've been racing in various guises for 17 years, all of them with the remarkable Linda Jackson at the helm.
We don't get to be the World Tour status now and say, okay, phew, we made it. I think that this is our first step on the journey, at World Tour journey, and I think it's going to be a few years working our way up the World Tour. So this is a big step for us, but it's not the end. I want to see the girls learn how to race at the World Tour, and I want to see them take chances. So that's really what I'm looking for this year. We have a lot of talent on the team, and they need some time to develop. So we're trying to weave in some development opportunities within the schedule for the year. But I'll be happy if we see, some, top 10, top 5, seeing riders go and break, seeing riders take chances, not just have them sit in the group and wait for the finish. That's what I'm looking for. No one's expecting us to be winning races this year. No one's expecting us to win Paris-Roubaix or win the Tour de France. They're expecting to see our team develop over the next couple of years. So I think we've got some runway to develop the team, and I've certainly let everybody know that that's what we're doing. That's always been our focus, is on developing talent. Being involved in the sport at this point is incredibly exciting. There hasn't been a women's Tour de France for 30 years. And we are joining the World Tour in the year that there's going to be a Women's Tour de France. Everybody is excited about that. Everybody on the street understands that. It has global appeal. It's a big deal. And being a part of it and getting out there and having these women race their bikes in the first Tour de France in 3 decades, it's huge. It's a huge event and a huge opportunity. What I see happening, and I hope what happens, is that there's a big increase in pay for women. And I'm hoping that's going to draw more people into the sport and really broaden the base of the pyramid, because it's pretty shallow right now. And the UCI is pushing this development pretty quickly. And we're keeping pace, but I worry in this economic environment about pushing it much further. I think there needs to be a little bit of consolidation in the growth of the Women's World Tour for now. Let everybody catch up, let it become stable, and then maybe push a little more development. But I think we're maxed out right now. We definitely don't need to follow the men's path. I think we have a little leeway to do things differently. In terms of salaries, it's great to see women making more money. That's absolutely wonderful. Everybody has to remember that the women's side does not have the budget that the men's side has. And, it's a whole chicken and the egg thing with the TV exposure of the men's race versus the women's race. So I'm expecting that we'll get a super successful Women's Tour de France that will drive media exposure, and then hopefully salaries will increase and budgets will increase from there when corporations see, wow, look at this opportunity, the Women's Tour de France, 2-week event with major global media exposure. Right? That's what we need to drive budgets even higher.
Jackson's team has grown considerably in the 17 years she's been running it. And even though bigger budgets bring greater expectations, World Tour status simply means different pressure, not necessarily more.
To be here with the team in Calpe at a 2-week training camp in Spain, where we usually have them at my house in California with people sleeping on couches and air mattresses. I mean, it's already a big relief. I have no idea how my director did this last year. She was the only director with 1 mechanic and 1 soigneur. And we basically raced a World Tour calendar last year. I have tripled my staff. And that extra staff means extra support for the riders. So there better be a lot more to do, because I've hired a lot of staff to do it.